Hello, everybody on Facebook. This is Renee from Paramount Solutions Incorporated. We are a small family-owned psychic service located in Orlando, Florida. You can call us for readings at 1-800-966-2294. We would love to help you. We actually deal with all clairvoyant readers. Some of them can use some tarot cards. Some of them are psychic mediums. It just depends on what you're looking for. We're a small business. We're maybe about a quarter of the size of any of the large lines, if that. And we actually focus on customer service, giving excellent readings, and really helping our clients. We really do care about everybody getting any reading. Hello, everybody. So nice to see you here. See a couple people popping on. I always love that, and I do appreciate it. We have our Facebook Lives that we do usually on Wednesdays. Coming up, we might do them Tuesday nights, but we're kind of debating on that. But usually on Wednesday evenings. And then we do post them onto... Nice to see you too, Angie. We do post them onto YouTube later on in the week, so you can catch up and have a full stream on YouTube if you do decide to go over there. We actually do go back a few months on our YouTube, and that's kind of a lot of fun just to kind of listen to them one after another. And if you have unlimited cell phone service, which some of us have, some of us do not. I just got it myself, so that was exciting. Thank you. I actually got new crystals. That was all exciting. I got these from an Etsy store, so I was all excited about the new crystals. But you can actually stream those in your car if you get on YouTube. Go to Psychic Readings by Paramount Solutions, and you can listen to them on the way to work or on the way home from work if you have, but just kind of depends on your cell service and if that's going to cost you a lot of money, so be careful with that. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Mercury Retrograde because it's coming up. And we do try to make the best out of Mercury Retrograde. We do see it as an opportunity, which is a little different than I think a lot of how other people might talk about it. But it is part of life. It is part of what we do, just to try to make things really positive here. And we want you to have a period of growth during Mercury Retrograde. We actually are going to start to feel the effects of the pre-shadow phase on March 26th, which is this weekend, which is crazy. So I thought that I would give you a lot of tips and tricks on how to deal with it. The retrograde doesn't actually go into effect until April 9th, which is when it's direct. And then it runs through May 3rd. However, you can usually feel the direct, before and after about 2 weeks. But there's always a specific pre and post shadow phase, which they talk about, which the pre-shadow is March 26th. And then the post-shadow is going to go through May 21st. So you are likely to feel some effects of Mercury retrograde during those times. It does affect some signs more than others. It just kind of depends on where you're at in the charts. And we do believe that we can make it a positive experience for everyone. When Mercury goes into retrograde, you can actually look at it as a time of creativity, because you're going to need a little bit of creativity sometimes to get through it. You can also look at it as a time to practice patience, because there could be some patience that you need. You can slow down a little bit, which is something that I want you to pre-plan for now in order to make it easier to get through this. And then you can also have it as an opportunity for problem solving. So you gotta put your thinking cap on sometimes at Mercury retrograde. The general assumption is usually that Mercury retrograde is bad for us, and that things can be a little bit out of control. Usually they deal with communications, electronics, electrical type things. Sometimes, like what we get here is a lot of phones dropping, which gets a little bit frustrating because we are obviously an online psychic service that people call us for. Nothing that we can't deal with. It's nothing that we haven't seen before. So yes, if you're feeling, Cindy, if you're feeling a little bit anxious, definitely, I agree. It's definitely starting to affect me. Today was kind of like one of those days I was like, oh, but I'm also, going to be affected by it. I know that I am going to. Anyway, you also, is going into Mercury retrograde. A lot of times it can just mess with communications. So you got to be careful. You got to look out for signing documents during Mercury retrograde. Try to get that stuff done now if possible. Obviously, do your due diligence if you have to sign documents during Mercury retrograde. You just have to really, really take your time and really research. Anyway, I wanted to, it can actually turn up some really good stuff too. So just, be ready for a lot of different changes and just different energies coming in. You're also going to have a new moon this weekend, I believe, and so that can also kind of, it can help. We're thinking it's going to help. Okay, so what things that I want you to do is actually to plan ahead is I want you to make upcoming travel plans now. Don't wait until Mercury retrograde to make those, because there can be some miscommunication in that. You want to make sure that your travel plans are good and safe, and that you're going to be, going, or you're going to definitely have your hotel room, all of that fun stuff. I actually had, one time I had airline tickets canceled on me. Because, and I happened to book these during Mercury retrograde. My zip code and address did not match. This was a while back. And they canceled my airline tickets. It was awful. But I did end up getting on a plane. But it was still really a crazy situation. Any repairs done that you might need at your home, specifically for electronics, washing machines, dryers, that type of thing. If you have any repairs, or if you think that they might need a tune-up, go ahead and tune them up now, because this is a good time to do it in the next few days. This is going to be a big one, block your ex's phone number from your phone. If you have an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend that you have in your life that you do not want to have part of in your life, block them right now if you can. Sorry to be a little bit on that one. This is the thing, is you don't want them to come back in your life during Mercury retrograde. You probably might not want them to come back in your life ever at all. However, if you do have, an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, not the time to start communications with them. And definitely, you probably don't want that person coming in your life if you've broken up with them in the past. Be careful. I mean, it depends on what you're at with that situation. Either way, starting communication with them during Mercury retrograde, generally not recommended. So you're going to want to block unwanted calls from your ex-boyfriends or girlfriends. You're going to want to communicate with everyone, the people that you want to communicate with, coworkers, loved ones, neighbors. Just be very clear with everything, and so you can definitely plan ahead on that. Plan ahead, communicate as much as possible, because communication can definitely get broken down during retrograde. You want to make sure that you have all of your bases covered. For no other way to say that. Just make sure that you really, do your diligence. You're going to also want to back up your computer files right now. That's a good thing to do, really, at any point, to be honest, because you just don't know if you're ever going to have any kind of issues. But definitely in retrograde, I mean, power outages happen, just different crazy things will happen, and you definitely want to have your computer backed up, and also your photos. You're going to want to get your oil change, your auto tune-up done, if possible, before the retrograde goes direct. You also are going to want to double check your appointment calendar and make sure that your appointments are solid. Make sure that they're on your calendar, that they're the right time, that they're the right place, that sort of thing. You definitely want to cover your bases with that. Make lists and get organized. Definitely, I even think about just grocery shopping. I mean, I've had the register goes out like as soon as I get there. Just really stupid stuff. I mean, it could just be the credit card machine going down. It'll just take a little extra time, or it could take the grocery store extra time. I say, if you can, get your groceries, get your stuff, get whatever you can to make your life easier. Also run big errands now. I'm thinking like, Costco or, Sam's Club, whichever one you go to, BJ's. Get those done so that you can actually have a little bit more time to yourself and your home to foster the creativity that you're going to need through retrograde. I would even, pick up some things to even help relax, some relaxation help, be it essential oils to have in your home, or, maybe book a massage, something good for yourself like that. And of course, we will always say psychic readings. We love to help with that. Psychic readings can actually help you before this time, because they can give you a little bit of insight of things that you might need to look out for. And then during, they can actually help you make through and also have things to look out for, but they can also help you solve problems. So if you need a reading, please call us. We would love to help you with that. We have excellent readers for anything to deal with Mercury retrograde, breakdown of communication, stuff like that. We're at 1-800-966-2294. Hi, Tony. Nice to see you. Hi, Ellie. So if you need a reading, call us. We would love to hear from you. And get your big stuff done now, because Mercury retrograde's coming. Probably going to start feeling the effects on March 26th. We hope to hear from you soon. Take care and have a good evening. Oh, I'm so sorry. Somebody just had a question, so I'm not quite done. She said she's starting a new job on the 8th of April. Will retrograde affect that? It can be, it can affect it. It's likely to affect it. However, it kind of depends on a lot of the astrology in your chart. You can actually look that up online on the astrology charts. We generally don't do astrology here because the astrology readings, even though they are very accurate, they do take quite a long time. If we get an astrology reader in the future, then we'll let you know. But usually you can look that up on yourself on your own time. And then with the astrology, it does depend on how that's going to affect your, how it affects your life and your chart. So there are definitely some people who are going to feel the Mercury retrograde more than others. This one happens to be going into Taurus, which I have rising a lot in my sign. So it could be just a crazy thing. So it just kind of depends. Ellie, I'm so sorry you lost your best friend. That really does break my heart because I cannot imagine. It's actually, you're going to make me I'm just going to kind of have to stop there for a second because it does break my heart when I hear stuff like this. Because we also hear from people who have lost loved ones all the time. And I just, honestly, I have really, really good girlfriends and I cannot imagine losing even one of them. And I have to say is, something that we do as a psychic line, we generally try not to predatory sell. And I just don't feel like it's comfortable for me to ever say you should get a reading or not. I don't think that's my place to say. It's always what's in your heart. And we never know what the psychic mediums will pick up. Be it if they're going to pick up on your loved one or on another energy that is maybe a different loved one. It's always hard to tell who's going to come through. So I always like to mention to people, I guess when they're talking about psychic mediums and different things of losing people, is we love to help. We love to help. We love to give a place to for people to come and talk to us. But we also don't ever want to be predatory with it. So we don't sell off of grief. We do try to really have a heart with that because we understand that a lot of people are in a lot of pain emotionally over grief, and we want to be respectful and loving in that situation. So I will be definitely giving some prayers out to you, and I'm so sorry. Make me cry. Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. If you have any questions, please call us. We are always we're here Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until midnight on Eastern time, and on Saturday and Sunday from noon until midnight. You can call us at 1-800-966-2294. Take care.